Hi, welcome back to It's a Miracle Beauty. My name is Brandy and I am a pan challenge YouTuber. I do concentrate on using what I have, utilizing what I own, and going through my own products before buying new. That's been a questionable statement this year. I bought quite a bit of new makeup. I really bought more skincare than makeup, but it is a situation. So I am trying to go into a strict no buy and kind of let things go. This is my half year check-in inventory, so I am going to be able to compare what I started with in January to the end of the first quarter to now. And I think that gives a lot more viewpoint into someone's collection than just seeing once a year what they had. You know, especially, I don't remember what they had last year, if it was a year ago. So it's kind of nice to do these. So I do try to do them in the order in which I put them on my eyes. It's not always perfect, or on my face. It's not always perfect, but that's what I try to do. So primers, we had at the end of June or around July 1st, we had 27 full size and we had 20 travel size. But the key interesting point of this is for the full size, I was down 6 since the first quarter and I'm down 8 since the beginning of the year. The travel size, I'm actually down 4 from the first quarter, but I'm up 5 from January. So I must have had a lot less, you know, cut them all down and then got rid of them or something. I don't know. Maybe I miscounted something. I'm not sure. That's the other thing I'll say. I've gotten better at categorizing as the year has gone on. So you'll see me say on some things, well, it's a combined count, or I didn't actually count that particular specific item. So next is color correctors. I have 7 full size. I had 7 at the beginning of the year, and I had 7 at the end of last year. Under eye primer, I actually have 1, and it's the Makeup Revolution Under Eye Primer. I actually really like that one. I have that one, and prior to, it was the exact same in the first quarter, and in January, that's down 1. I did have 2 originally. I think the Jaclyn Hill is the one I decluttered. So we look at foundations. I do try to break them out. I don't do it by high end, low end, anything like that. I do it by tints, medium coverage, full coverage, matte, other, which could be a different type, a jar, anything like that, stick foundation. I have sample and travel, and I have powder. So I'm not going to do a combined all the foundations. I'm going to do each category so I can break down what we've actually done. So for tints, we have 9 right now. That is +2 since the first quarter. What the hell? -4 since January. So medium and full coverage were actually combined in January. I broke them out in the first quarter. So medium, I have 16 now. It was the exact same in the first quarter. And then I'm going to go back and combine. I also have 10 full. So that's 26 medium to full foundations. I'm down 14 since January. So I've either used, decluttered, or tossed for age that many foundations, which I know for a fact I didn't use every one of those, so it's kind of frustrating. However, I am glad to see movement in my collection. Matte, we have 2. That's up 1 from the last quarter, but it's the exact same as the new year, so I must have decluttered 1 and added 1, so it ended up being the same. Travel and trial, I have 5 travel or trial sample sizes of foundation. It was the exact same in the first quarter. It's up 2 from January. Powder foundations. So powder foundations, I own 6 of them as of right now. I actually don't use powder foundations as powder foundations technically. A lot of times I use them to set my makeup. I use them to touch up my makeup. The Makeup Forever powders, both the original and the reboot one, are amazing for that. I can touch up my skin and everything is fine. And I apologize for my lack of clothing, but it is 150 degrees in here today, and I couldn't fathom putting on a shirt when I was already sweating. So powder foundations, I have 6. That's down 1 from both the beginning of the year and January. So I must have had 7, got rid of 1, and that's where we're at. So we look at concealer. Concealer is always a dangerous category for me. I love concealers, and much like setting sprays, which I'll talk about when I get there, I use more concealer than the average bear because I don't ever use one concealer. I always use one firming or self-setting concealer, one really moisturizing and for older eyes, and then maybe one that's a brightening. It just depends. I don't put a ton of product on, but I put 3 or more concealers on, and I have found that my eyes look so much better underneath when I do that. So I will continue to do that. So liquid concealers, I have 28. That's actually -1 from the first quarter, but in the January, it was combined with cream. So I have 28 liquid and 4 cream. So the cream are up 1 since the first quarter, but overall combined, the liquid and cream concealers are down 6 since January. So that's actually really good to me. I actually have 3 in my pan challenge that I should be able to finish by the end of the year. So I do feel like there's definite movement in this, but then I also just bought a bunch of concealers that I either got 20% off or I had a gift card or whatever. So I recently got the Too Faced new one, the ethereal one, which I'm wearing today and I really enjoy it. It's very moisturizing. I got that on 20% off, I believe, or 25% off. And then I got the Natasha Nona for 20% off. And then there's one more. Oh, the Smashbox Halo. Over the Christmas and July sale that they had. I got their brand new foundation and I got that new concealer. I'm wearing the foundation and concealer today as well. I like it so far. We'll see how it wears, but as of now, I think it looks really, really good. It's very good for dry skin. Can't say I'd really do it for oily though. Back to the concealers, we have Travel. We have 3, that's down 2 from the first quarter and down 7 from January, which I do know that was from use because I've been going through and using my trial. Like if I go to pick my makeup basket for the week, I always pick 1 trial and 1 full size. That way I'm moving things through and the Travel's always getting used. So next I broke down cream products. So when I did my January inventory, I actually combined contour and bronzer in the exact same category. I didn't like break out which one was contour and which one was bronzer. So I did continue that. The other thing I didn't do is I didn't break out different styles. So in the first quarter and my July, I broke out the different types. So we have jar or compact, tube, stick, other, and travel. So overall, for all of them, we're down 4 from January. So we have 9 jar or compacts. We have 2 tubes, 3 stick, and 1 other. Those are down overall 4. They're split out normally, but they're down overall 4 from the first quarter. Again, down. Actually, it's the same. So it's down 4 both times. I didn't even catch that at first. Okay. So blush, cream or liquid blush is the same thing. It was combined all together when I did my January inventory. And we're down 4 from January. We have 3 liquid. That was the same at the first quarter. We have 17 cream. That is up 4. I know exactly what it's from too. I ordered some cream blushes recently. So that's up 4. Cream to powder, I have 1. And then stick, I have 1, but I'm down 1. Cream to powder was the same. Other is 0 and it's the same. Travel is 0 and it's the same. So if we look at highlight, I don't buy a lot of cream highlighters, even though I actually really adore them and use them every day. They last forever, so I don't really buy that many. To me, it's an unexciting product that I can use what I have, and then if something goes bad or I go run out of it, then I can go buy one. So cream, again, it was all combined originally. There's cream, stick, and liquid. Cream has 1, stick has 1, and liquid has 3. Cream and stick were the exact same in the first quarter, and liquid is +1 since the first quarter. Overall, since January, I'm up 2. So again, I don't buy that many of them, but 2, I really don't need that many. So we'll have to see what I think about that. Here's a category that ballooned. And when I say it ballooned, it like went whoosh, atomic bomb. So cream eyeshadows. In the past, I had 1 or 2, maybe 10 cream eyeshadows or individuals on my collection. That's all I care about. Didn't really bother me. And then I tried 2 brands this year that have just blown my mind. Danessa Myricks, I can't think of what those are called. Danessa Myricks Color Fix, and then About Face regular. So I have a ton of these. I have actually, for all of my cream eyeshadows, I have 33, which is up 26. I didn't measure this category in the January timeframe, but that's up 26, and that's nearly 100% from About Face and Danessa Myricks. I did have 0 liquid. That's down 4 from previously. So we move into powder products. I own a ton of pressed and loose powder. I have been decluttering recently. I've been trying to get rid of things. I would say I've done okay. Prior to this quarter, or maybe the last quarter, I was doing okay. I was trying to zero in and use the ones I liked, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. And then I found 2 different brands that I fell in love with and bought 2 types of powder for each. So the Danessa Myricks, her powder literally is so perfecting. It's unbelievable how much it blurs your skin. And I got a light and a like a fair brightening shade and then a regular shade. And then I already had the Huda, I think Cupcake is my small one, but I had, and then I have Pound Cake and I have something else. So I'd already had a small one. It works so well. I want to get the big ones in different colors. So I did buy those. So my powders have gone up quite a bit. Now this does not include powder foundations, though we're on that other page that had 6, I believe, if I remember correctly. So for loose powders, we have 20 full size, which is up 6 from the quarter and up 5 from January. Travel size, we have 4, that's down 5. So actually part of that is, I think at least 3 or 4 I gave to my daughter when I'm shipping her box. A video either will be up right before or right after this explaining what I shipped to her, because it's kind of a declutter. I pull everything I'm collecting for her every like quarter or 6 months, and then I mail it to her, and I put her birthday presents in there too. But so travel size, I had 4, that's down 5 from giving to her and using 1 or 2 as well. Pressed powder, I have 16, that is up 3 from the first quarter, and it's the exact same as the new year, and that's because I have decluttered and bought more and everything else. Travel size, I have 1, it's down 1, it used to have 2. Contour, this is again powder contour. I have 3 full size, that's up 2. That is perfect for me. I have no issue with that. What I might have is the Kevin Aquan. That's amazing. So I do have some contours that I really enjoy and like, and I'm keeping those. Bronzer, this is again powder. We have 5. not 5, we have 15 from now, so down 3 from first quarter, and whoppingly down 16 from January. I did some brutal bronzer cuts in my last, not my very last quarterly declutter, but the one before in March. I was very cutthroat about my bronzers because I use so little. Bronzer palettes, I actually have 7. That's down 1 from the from the first quarter, and that's up 4 from January. Bronzer palettes are something that once upon a time, I really enjoyed them and I use them all the time. I have Wayne Goss's blush and highlighter palettes. They work amazing. I never reach for them. Not because they're not a good product, because I have so many that I'm using that are little that I never think to go back and get the face palettes. So I think that's a category I need to be realistic on and stop buying from because I'm obviously not using them regularly. So blush, this is again powder blush. We have 48 full size. That's up 5 from the first quarter and down 2 from the new year. We have 4 travel, and that is the same all the way across. So between the travel and the full size, we have 52 blushes. That's absolutely ludicrous. I will say, blush is probably, along with foundation, is probably one of my favorite things to use. And so I do mix my blushes. I use more than one a day, but blush, much like highlighter, lasts an infinity. So it's actually kind of stupid for me to have this much. So we'll figure out what to do at that point. Blush palettes is another one. I have 11. It's up 1 from the first quarter, up 5. There is no reason on God's green earth I need blush palettes that many, especially if I have 48 full size. I mean, that's just ludicrous. There's no other way to explain it. But this is why I do these inventories, because when you buy things one at a time throughout the year, it can seem like, oh, I only have a couple. And then when you pull everything out of the drawers, count every single item, and you really catalog things, you start going, I only have one face. This is crazy. So powder contour or powder highlighter is next. We have 17 full size, which is down 3 from the first quarter and down 5 from January. I think that's amazing. I would guess it's either 100% and nearly 100% declutters that cause that not use, but it is what it is. I have 1 travel. Highlighter palettes, I have 5. That's the exact same from the first quarter, and it is up 1 from January. I think 2 is more of a sweet spot for me on that one, but I'm okay with 5. It's not terrible for what I am used to. Face palettes, which means they have blush, bronzer, highlight, more than one thing, powder, like the Hourglass palettes, things like that, Shade and Light palette. I have 16. That's down 5 from the first quarter, and it's down 4 from the new year, and that's almost entirely giving things to my daughter. Glitters, I have 1. Eyeshadow singles that are powder, I have 3. Eyeshadow primer, I have 7 full size. I have 2 other and 1 travel. Now, in the January for the full size, I'm down 6 eyeshadow primers, and I do know I completed some of those. The Anastasia ones don't last very long, so I usually try to grab those and get them done. And I do have a few. I'm not doing it. I've just been really enjoying my MAC Paint Pot. It's like my #1 primer, and I'm not buying any other primers from now on because of that. So eyeshadow palettes, whew, friend. So I did it a little bit different. I did still count, like if you look, it's how many of each pan number. So a duo, a quad, a 5 pan, a 6 pan, a 7 pan, an 8 pan, and so on. I did count all of those, so I have every one of those. I think it'd be monotonous to record those on that video. If you want to see those, I can post it down below. But in January, I started the year with 185 palettes. I dropped to 184 in March, and now I have 190, which makes perfect sense because I recently bought 2 Dose of colors that I wanted that were on like a July sale. I recently bought the Italian Spritz palette by Too Faced. I bought the Yucca palette by Natasha Denona. At least that's 4 right there, and we're up 6. So there's probably 2 somewhere else that I'm forgetting about at this point in time. Actually, there is Anastasia's Cosmos. I think the remaining one is actually the Too Faced Second Slice. It was on sale on Too Faced's website for about $14. Typically when I buy Too Faced, I don't buy full price. I actually enjoy their products. I have a lot I could say about the brand, but I enjoy their products, but it's just not something that I want to pay full price for, especially with the size of my collection. There's just no reason. So I did get the course. I think that's the 6 that I added in. So that was eyeshadow. So we look at eyeliner. I'm going to try to plow through this pretty fast because eyeliner is kind of a boring subject, but I think it's worth mentioning just so you can see where my stuff is. Liquid eyeliners, I sort by black, brown, or navy, which is meaning everyday colors, color, and then travel, and then I have water activated. I have 1 water activated. I have 12 travel size. No, I apologize. I have 12 color eyeliners. That is actually down 12 from the new year, and this is liquid liners, and that's because a lot of them went bad, or I actually used them up and got rid of them due to the time frame. You know, it's not good for your eyes. So black and brown, I have 17. That's down 5 from the first quarter, but it's up 8 from the other one, which I don't know how that would add up. I might have to check that one. That doesn't make sense to me, but that's okay. Kohl or gel eyeliners, I have 28 black, brown, and navy, which is up 5 from the quarter and 1 from the new year. Blues, I have 12. Greens, I have 15, purples I have 9, gold and metallics I have 7, white I have 2, orange I have 2, travel I have 2. These were all combined into one, and they're down 7 since January. I think it's down, or up actually. Yeah, it's another one of those, it's down and up, so I'm not really sure. No, that was right. Actually, I think it's down 7 on both. Now I see it. Sorry, my math skills suck. I'm not mathing well today. Eyelashes, I have 14. I've had 14 since the beginning of the year. I've been taking Latisse on, or using Latisse on my lashes, and I don't feel like I then need to wear falsies when I have long, luscious lashes, for lack of a better word. So I've not been using them, so they've just been kind of sitting here. But I bought them, or I got them in a box, so I'm going to keep them. They don't go bad for years and years and years and years, so we're good. Eyebrows. Okay, so eyebrows is a thing that if you've been watching my channel since the beginning of the year, I've been panning all my eyeshadow stuff. So I try to use the same product every single day till it's gone, and then switch it out. Same product, switch it out. Because at some point I went and bought a crap ton of brow stuff and was using like this much of it. So I'm trying to get through it. We actually have gotten through the vast majority of it. I don't have 10 of everything anymore. And I do have, one of them I have is the pencil. I have 9. That actually includes 2 brand new ones that I got on clearance at Ulta from L'Oreal that I like. So the fact that that color or that style was getting clearance, they're probably repackaging it. I do have those. So I have 9 in the pencils, but really 7 is in use or actively being used. The 2 are in my backups. That's down 1 from January, or quarter 4 from January. Gel, like brow gel, I have 8. That's actually down 1 from the first quarter. And it looks like I didn't record what the total was for the new year. Freezes, I have 2. I have the Elf and the Anastasia. Others, I have 0, and travel size, I have 4. And those are all unknown because they weren't tracked properly in January, so unfortunately, I don't have it. Mascara is another one that's not tracked properly in January, so I'm only going to do first quarter comparisons. I track mine by opener, backup, meaning I'm actively using it or it's ready to be used. And then I have primer, black, brown, color, other, travel, and sample. I previously in January had a ton of samples, so this category probably will be done till the end of the year. I shouldn't have any more, but we'll see. So primer, I have 1 open and I have 3 in backup. Black, I have 5 open and I have 5 in backup. Now I use more than one mascara every single day, and I use them, and I keep them proportionally. So some people say 3 months you should throw it away no matter what. If I've only used it 5 times in 3 months, I'm not throwing it away yet. I'm going to get some use out of it. So that's how I do that. But I can't just have one mascara open. Like, it doesn't work for me. I don't have any brown open at the moment. And then color, I actually have 6 open right now. They're all different colors. So I have brown, pink, or not brown, green, pink, mahogany, blue, teal, jade. Like, I have all these colors. That's what those are. So there's 6 open. That's up 2 from last year. Backups is a huge difference. I have been going through mascara so fast this year. So primers, I have 3 in backup, and it's down 3 from last year. So I had 6 last year. Black, I had 5, and it's down 19. Like, that's hilarious because I use 5 or 6 at a time. Every 3 months when I change them out, I'm getting rid of 5 mascaras. Now, money-wise, that's probably not the most useful, but that's how I like my eyes being done. So I'm going to continue to do that. Color, we have 6. That's down 1 from January, and there's none of the others. So I think mascara is a huge improvement. I think I'm being more calculated about not having 6, 10 open. I think 5 is the most black and white, or black or brown I've had open in my entire time frame since I started monitoring my mascara. So I think that I could probably walk that back a little bit. I do know that 2 of the ones that are open are actually Essence that I don't like. Try to use them today just to try to get use out of them. I'm probably going to end up tossing them. I know people love Lash Princess. It flakes every time I wear it, so I'm definitely not going to keep that one. And nor will I buy any further ones. So the next category, and I think this is the second to last category, is setting sprays. So in January, I combined full size and travel. And so I'm going to do that here, even though I do have them broken out, and I will tell you how they're broken out. So right now I have 9 full size and I have 5 travel size. The full size are down 4 since the new year and down 5 for travel. In the new year, I didn't track travel versus full size, so that's actually down 16 overall. If you've not heard me talk about it, I use setting spray fanatically. I use it after my skincare. I use it after my primer. I use it after my cream products. I use it after my powder products. Like, I use a lot of setting spray, and my makeup typically lasts all day, so something's working. And honestly, I think it makes me look less powdery as well. So that is why you're seeing me just plow right through all of those setting sprays relatively quickly. So the last one is lips. And at the very end, I'll summarize how many products I'm up or down for the year as total product count goes. So I break my lips out in a couple different categories. They have varied since January, so I'll do my best to try to convey what the current status is. Lip liners, I have 44, which is ludicrous, but I did get basically for like $1.99, I got like 12 NYX lip liners from their website on clearance. So there's a reason why it ballooned, but still, who needs that much? Lip liners is down 2 since the new year, but it's, or down 1, but it's actually up 10 since, down 1 since the first quarter, up 10 since the new year. Lip balms, this is not lip oils. This is lip balms that you would, chapstick type items, things like that. I have 9 full-size one travel. That's down 7 from the new year. And the lip balm, mask, and oil were all combined in the new year. So I'll combine those in a moment and give you the new year total. Lip masks is 9 plus 8 travel. That's up 6 because in the new year, or the first quarter, I didn't go find all those travel size Laneige lip balms that I got at Christmas. So I knew I was short. So I'm up 6, but I don't think I've bought any. I think I'm actually at a status quo with that one. And then lip oils, I have 19, which is up 2. So lip oils, lip balm, and lip mask all combined for it to be in one count. So let me see, that's 28, 37, 38. So I have 46 right now, and I'm down overall 16 from the new year. So that's a lot right there. That's a huge difference. I do typically wear lip masks and lip oils the most of anything, probably followed by gloss, I would imagine. Maybe the Tarte ones. I categorize those separate. Traditional bullet lipsticks, I have 26 regular, 20 travel. That's up 4 from the first quarter and up 1 from the new year. My liquid lipsticks, which I've slowly been whittling out because right now there's like one brand I enjoy, and that's the Maybelline Vinyl. Those are so amazing and your lips don't dry out. But because I'm not reaching for them, whenever I go through, I look through and I say, I'm not going to wear that, and I get rid of it, versus letting it sit there and go bad, because my daughter obviously has no problem using my lipsticks. So traditional lipsticks or liquid lipsticks, we have 14 and 5 travel. That's up 3 from the first quarter, up 4 from the new year. Glosses, oh goodness gracious. We have 49 lip glosses in my drawer and 13 travel. That's up 18 from the first quarter and up 5 from the new year. An inflationary amount. That's all that matters for me, is that it went up a ton, and that's not good. I have categorized the Tarte like click pen ones. I categorize those separate. Those I have 8 regular, 1 travel, and that's up 0. It's the exact same since the first quarter. It's up 2 since the new year. And the lip creams, I previously had mixed them in with traditional lipstick, and I did the same on this one. So when I did my traditional lipstick total of 26 regular size, 26 or 20 travel, it actually was including that lip cream. So summary. I did a complete count of, I keep mine in a Erin Condren notebook that has 3 subjects. I have my pan challenges in here that I keep track of. And then I also have, I write down every eyeshadow and every foundation I use every day. So at the end of the year, I can calculate what I'm using the most and maybe put that in my pan. It's just something I'm kind of working with. So we are down 6 products overall. So of all of those products, I've only wheeled out 6 in a flat count. So that means I may have bought a lot more and got rid of a lot more, but it averages out to a down by 6. I want to triple that in the next quarter. I really want to get to where I've gotten rid of quite a few things. I have quite a few things that are almost empty. I think I could get there easily in this quarter, but we'll see how that works. So if you like pan challenges, or if you like YouTubers who concentrate on utilizing stuff versus buying, I hope you'll like, share, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. I appreciate you watching if you made it to here, because I think inventory videos are interesting if you're into them, but a lot of people find them boring. And so if you watch this, personal thank you to you. I appreciate you, and I hope I see you soon. Have a great night, guys.